What is up, guys? We are back. Puckett and Benson here at the desk. We got Doug, Censor, Martin. Sorry for the delay. We're sending Doug a video, and we're going to watch it together for the first time, trying something new on the ESR. But I wanted to get the thoughts round by round in that final S&D. But before we get to that tournament-deciding game, Ben, give us a quick lowdown. What did we see coming into this grand final?
So going into that grand final, of course, because Optic was still in the winners and FaZe went to losers, FaZe had to win 2 best of 5. So that first best of 5, it was pretty interesting. It went hardpoint solar first of all, and it was back and forth. Honestly, every 10 seconds or so, the other team took the lead. You know, whether it was Optic or if it was FaZe, it was neck and neck. And then going into the second to last hardpoint, that's where it flipped. Optic Gaming managed to rotate a little bit earlier. FaZe kind of struggled a little bit on that rotation, and Optic won 191 to 172. Then going into game 2, again, back and forth round. It was like, you take a round, I take a round.
This was the
round,
Detroit S&D we were talking about with Apathy with the sniper. Doug, you guys were tied 5-5. This one went to round 11. You got the bomb down when it was just you and Aches left against Scumpy. Talk me through the final moments of that one.
Right, so it was actually a 3-on-1 or 4-on-1. 4-on-1. And Scump instantly killed Apathy as Apathy got a kill on Optic. And then Slasher said he was going to challenge Scump. And we didn't want him to do it, but Slasher's the type of person to do that. And he usually gets it to work in his favor. But in that situation, Scump was Scump, and he got the kill on Slasher. And as he killed Slasher, I actually was just about to get the bomb down. And Ix told me, Doug, get the bomb down and run right back to me. So obviously I'm going to listen. I got the bomb down instantly, and I started dashing right back to him. I had my knife out. And as I'm dashing back, Scump kills me in like 3 bullets. And I was honestly surprised because I didn't think I could die that fast. And then all of a sudden the game ended, and for one split second, because I died right behind Ix, I thought Ix also got collateraled, and for whatever reason the game ended because Scump got a 4-piece, and then I realized that it said round win and we won it, and I was like,
that must have been like a big sigh of relief, because watching Scump do that, it was like 1, 2, 3, and then Aches peeked out at the perfect possible time and managed to get that kill. But for a moment, even we were like, "Is he really?" Did
you just get the 1v4?
Right, that would have been the same 1v4. But you guys managed to clutch up. Then we go over to an uplink biolab, and that was the only game in the whole series where all of a sudden it was like you were the only team which were really playing it properly. You won 8-0 ultimately, and it was just sheer domination in that uplink game.
In the final interview, you were really surprised that you guys had won this game mode, biolab being one of your worst, but you crushed. 8-0, had control of the map the whole time. What was the secret to kind of dominating Optic in an uplink game?
Well, I mean, I got some kills on that map. I probably averaged 9 kills throughout the entire 10 minutes. I don't know what it is about that map. I just don't do well on it at all. But I knew in the finals, you know, went to the map and we're laughing, we're making jokes, saying, you know, I need to get some kills. I need to do something because I always hold my team back on that map. And I told them, you know what, guys, I'm going to put it all out there on the table, and hopefully I could do something for you guys. And I ended up going like 20 and 27, so it's not too bad. And after we got the win, I was like, all right, guys, it's the best I'm ever going to play on that map. I'm glad we won it, and now let's win this next map, and let's go to this next best of 5.
Just a little highlights there from the biolab. Let's bring him back here, though. After that brutal 8-0, which everyone was kind of shocked by.
Yep.
We thought, Ben and I were talking during commercial break, we're like, FaZe has got this. They are definitely going to win this first best of 5. You did it with CTF Retreat. However, it wasn't the blowout you guys were looking for. This one back and forth the entire way. How did this go down?
Yeah, well, again, I think we had a lead. Again, I think I got the first flag cap. It was like throughout the entire tournament, I'd go in the base, I'd get 2 kills, I'd kill another guy trying to cut me off, and I'd kill the last guy sneaking. I'd started off up 1-0 on the bad side. My teammates were slaying. Everything's going just according to the plan. And for whatever reason, you know, it doesn't matter who the team is. In this case, it's Optic. They just start getting 4-pieces on us. They run us through our base, and they score flags, and they take the lead. And I don't know how it happens, but, you know, we just kept going back and forth. And it went up to an overtime, and we had the bad side in that overtime, I believe.
It was ridiculous. Yeah. Everything about that final was just awesome.
Optic scored with like 3:45.
Yeah, there was a lot of time left. There really was. I think it was like Slasher who ultimately got that last cap.
Aches pulled it out.
Oh yeah, Aches pulled it out.
Aches pulled it out. I remember there was a player looking at Aches' back. Aches somehow dips out, gets cover, and then there was one defender back in the base. You guys dealt with it. They scored. FaZe wins the first best of 5. That set up the second one. Fresh game. I remember the game tied, completely tied in the first hardpoint with 22 seconds left on the clock on Detroit. You guys clutched up in that final School Hill. Censor, talk me through that final moments of game number 1.
Well, again, it was going back and forth throughout the entire game. It was anyone's game to take, and
like
you know, we were up by 30, they were up by 30, we were up by 15, they were up by 15, we were up by 10, they were up by 10. It's tied, last hill. Optic has control. You know, they're about to take the lead and make the win, and we're getting the bad spawn at the trailer for this whole hill. We had to go from trailer and middle street to break the hill, and I knew Apathy, he ran out and he died by Crim. And I was in a good spot at the right time, and I had probably the best 2-piece of my entire life. I don't think the stream caught it, and I don't know if you guys saw me after the game, but I was losing my mind. I had the craziest 2 kills I've ever had. It set the entire tempo because I killed Crim, and then I was really weak by the first guy, and then Crim, you know, he died, and then Nadeshot was in the hill in a corner, and I don't remember how I did it, but I got the kill on him, and I broke the hill, and I got in the corner, I stayed alive, and then after that, Scum started shooting at me, and I dashed away, and I stayed alive again. And that bought so much time for my team to just get in the hill and get kills, and then we ended up winning the map by like 10 points. And I knew that play right there was it. I knew after that, no matter what happened, we were going to win, and I was just so happy at that time.
Now we're going to go look at S&D Biolab. FaZe up 1-0, 5-5, S&D.
Again.
You guys have less kills, so you're on the attack. You're carrying the bomb over to A right away, and Slasher opens things up with a beautiful 2-piece to kind of set the tone. You had the upper hand. Walk me through the final moments of Biolab.
Well, I was actually surprised because usually most teams don't push A, and sometimes when they do, it's only 2 players. And for whatever reason, Optic decided to send 4 players to A. Slasher got the 2-piece, and the first thought that went to my mind is just run to the bomb and plant it. You know, to kill 2 guys at A. Other 2 guys are definitely at B. And, you know, 2 other players from Optic were right there, and they traded the kills to make it a 2-on-2. And then Apathy had a really good kill on Scump. It was very underrated, I think. He got this really important kill, and then Formal traded with him, and Aches couldn't trade right away. He sat back, he waited, and he didn't see Formal, so he started to run out. My heart was pounding. I probably skipped a couple of breaths. I literally didn't breathe for 30 seconds. You know, Aches decided to just run out at the B bomb. He doesn't see him. He sits in the middle hard point for like 10 seconds, and I'm just hoping to God Aches clutches this round and gets this kill, and he goes for the bomb plant with like 15 seconds left. Again, my heart's pounding. I'm hoping he doesn't get shot off the bomber as he's running away. Aches goes down low to the elbow room, and there's about like 30 seconds left on the bomb. And I'm thinking in the back of my head that Formal doesn't have the guts to go for the Ninja Defuse. I knew he wasn't going to do it just by judging how he's played in the past. I knew Formal wouldn't have the guts in that situation to go for it. I knew he would play for the kill. Aches had really good timing, and he saw him come out of Biolab. I called it out to him, and then Aches reacted, and he won in a really intense gunfight. And at that point in time, we were so excited. Intense. We were so hyper. Pat got up, he started screaming. It looked like he wanted to kill me almost. the look in his eye, he was like, ah, and I started screaming. I think that's where the meme came out about the sleeves that Syndicate posted on Twitter. I was screaming back at him because he was screaming at me. And it was fun. It was so much fun, and you know, I wouldn't want to have it any other way.
So 2-0, 2-0 again. We've never seen this scenario where FaZe goes up 2-0 and the enemy comes back. So this time it is CTF on Ascend. I believe you guys struck first. No, Optic struck first. You answered back.
No. I actually, again, started off the game, you know, bad side, get 3 kills in the base. I pull the flag, I kill the 4th guy cutting me off. Scump tries to go big, and I kill him in our base. And I scored us the first flag of the game, just like, you know, the last 4 CTFs. That's how it went down. We had the 1-0 lead with like 2 minutes left. And then Optic tied it up at the halftime, I think.
There we go. That's right. Right before half, Optic gets one in. Then we saw you took it all the way down to the wire. Final minute. Formal with the cap. It was Nadeshot who actually got the cutoffs there. Now, do you guys remember trying to chase this flag back down? What was going on in the team booth?
Yeah, I think Slasher was the one who had an opportunity to get it, and he ran the pipes or something. And I think Nadeshot or somebody was there to cut him off. And at that point, I knew they were going to get the lead, and the map was probably going to be over because Ascend is one of the biggest reasons why we don't want to capture the flag in rotation, just because the map doesn't really take too much skill. It's basically just 4 players, just, you know, go out there, try to get some good time and get a couple of kills, and luckily get a flag out at the right time in the right place. It's very difficult to set up, you know, make a competitive structure, to have a strategy and a game plan, and then pull and then cut off the other team again. It's just a very inconsistent, a very boring map to watch. It's just very, you know, you get a lead, you play defense, and that's it. That's the game. It's just not too much fun to play or watch, in my opinion.
I was going to ask you, do you think it's because the map is too big in your mind? There's too many routes available? Like, what would you prefer the map to feature instead of the way it currently plays out?
Well, I'd rather, if I could choose another CTF, I'd say either Comeback or Detroit. Even though those aren't that good, I think it's better. Just because Ascend, is one of those maps where there's just so many different ways you could juke around. You could start off in tunnels, for example, and then you could work your way back to the underground and go through the maze to go to the scores. So those little things are the reasons why I think. Hold on one second, I'm doing an interview, please. I think those are the biggest reasons why the map isn't that good. And also in the back of the base, you also have, so many different ways you could just sit there and spot up and get eyes of sight and lanes on the flag to stop the other team. So the other team can make some crazy play and get a couple of kills and try to go for that flag. And that one guy just sitting in some random corner in Antarctica could get the kill on you and stop you from pulling the flag. And that changes the whole game. It's always those one small little plays. And those are things that you can't really control. And that's why I think the map is good. Yeah.
So Ascend, you lose it by just one at the very end. At the very next game, we see Uplink, we see FaZe, we see FaZe up.
Best game of the tournament. This.
Final moments. This is the game, by the way, that went to the regular COD subreddit, not just COD competitive. Everyone who plays Call of Duty and talks about it on Reddit saw this game. They absolutely loved it. Unfortunately for you guys, the result was a buzzer beater basically in the final 30 to 45 seconds with Optic taking it by 1. Walk me through comeback before we get to this final S&D.
Started off on the good side of comeback, and if you guys don't know the good side, it's where you spawn at the back of yellow towards the glass building. And we had the lead. We started off really well. We had a couple of plays where we messed up on. I know I missed the ball trying to throw it into the hoop at one point in time.
You were like point blank range. It was
absolutely embarrassing, and I heard the crowd too. It just made it even more demoralizing. But we had the lead with all of it said and done. We were up, I think, 2 points going into the half. We started playing really well on the second side, but a couple of stuns prevented us from getting passes to the base for the other team, and then they ended up killing us. And since our team was set up at their base, getting ready for the pass, and since that didn't go through, Optic had a lot of easy lanes to get to our point, and they started them out the comeback. They started to get on fire with their shots, and they got kills. They got the points they needed, and they ended up taking it.
It's crazy. I remember the atmosphere in that because it was like 2-point play, 2-point play, 1-point play, and everyone in the crowd was going nuts at that point. And the way it ended as well, it was like the perfect game of Uplink. Really
I saw one guy in the chat typing show it in all caps. Guys, don't worry. Immediately after this final game with Doug, we're going to watch down all of the games from the finals, probably the best series we've seen in Call of Duty since the Black Ops 2 World Championship.
I would say it was better than that.
Arguably the best of all time, and one of the best games was this game number 5. Now, Doug, I'll give you a minute to get that video ready. Will, on our end, are we ready to play this down from the first second of gameplay? Yep, says Will. Okay, so Doug, we're gonna do it on 3. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You need to clarify it on 3 though. Is it gonna be like 3, 2, 1, and then on 1 you go, or do you wait a second after 1? It's always a thing whenever I do countdown. I'm just saying.
Okay, so fuck it on 3, right?
What's that?
On 3?
Yeah, right on 3. Right on 3. Gotcha. And Will, it is the Recovery SND is the game we're gonna watch. Recovery SND, all tied up, 2-2. Game 5 decides who is going to wear the first Advanced Warfare crown, and we're going right into the first second of gameplay, Will. We're going to skip the map fly-through.
Oh, the first second of gameplay?
Doug, make sure you're
set up. What second does that start on?
What are you saying, Will? Speak again. He's got it. Will's got it on his end.
Doug got it?
Doug, take your time. You let us know when you're ready.
What time exactly is it? Is that 12 seconds, 13? I think it's at
we're
13
on a different
seconds.
video than you, but it should be the very first second you see gameplay.
Okay, so right when it says match starting and it's on board. Okay.
Perfect. All right, It is time on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Okay.
All right,
looks like we have Crim throwing some stuns over towards A.
Yes, that's exactly where we're at.
So we started this one off, of course, you guys on defense. Did you know how Optic played Recovery? What was kind of the communication coming into this first round?
Yeah, we actually did. I watch every single team. If I'm not playing, I'm watching. And I knew Optic sits all 4 back in their base, and they play extremely slow. I know they don't like this map. I didn't know Nate Shot actually sit in that back right room with the sniper and the bomb. That's questionable in my opinion as an objective player, but whatever they think works. I didn't expect this, but I knew that Crim was going to go all the way to the down right, or they're going to have a player go all the way to the down right and try to clear that out for some reason before they go for the bomb plant. So I knew in my mind that I needed to play middle map and try to just double dash through the middle of the tunnel as they're trying to get the bomb down. And it looks like Nate was going to be able to get the bomb down. Formal sat down low, And this put us in a difficult situation because it's very hard to defuse a bomb after they plant with everyone alive. But Aches had a really good two-piece to open up that round for us. And after that, we just had to bait and switch correctly to get the win.
Now, when a move like that happens, do you guys call it out, I'm going, or do you just try and force it through and tell your teammates afterwards?
Well, it's really just an instinct type of a play because you just see your teammate get 2 kills on the bomb, and you're like, okay, well, it's a 4-on-2. We just got to run to the bomb, clutch up, get easy kills, and it's an easy defuse.
We saw Aches go big in that round. You got the final defuse, so round 1 on defense going to you. Now, on the attack, have you ever gone B on this map with this squad? Because it looks like throughout this series, A was definitely the favored bomb site.
Yeah, you never want to go to B, to be honest. A is just such an easy bomb to get down. Teams need to do really good jobs of countering you to get it down. And I knew we practiced this 1,000 times online. We've done the same strategy over and over again, and it works 99% of the time. So we knew that we were just going to stick to the game plan at this point. I just use my extra trophy, my flak jacket, go straight to the bomb, go for the plant. Worst case scenario is the guy rushes in front of me and kills me, and my teammates are in a 3v4. But we knew that was very unlikely to happen, so I'm going to get the bomb down. And I just have my teammates look over me, and I'm ready to trade with them whenever a situation opens up on the map. And unfortunately, Krim had a really good flank on us, and he had good timing on Slasher, and that opened up the round for them. And after that, you know, it just goes down to baiting and switching, and Slasher gets a kill. Right away, Krim's right there to get up the kill on him to make it a 2-on-3. And it's very difficult to clutch in this situation just because we have one guy on the full flank, one guy's download trapped, and they're just going to get ready to pinch him out. And it looks like Nadeshot's going to get that kill, and there's only 13 seconds left. And Aches is in a bad spot, and Nadeshot gets another good kill on him to make it 1-1.
That was a huge kill from Nadeshot right there. Aches getting a little bit unfortunate. But the big thing for me when we were actually casting that game was the difference in the attacking rounds. Optic, very, very slow. Whereas you guys, I mean, you just like pretty much ran straight to that bomb site, got the bomb down, and you forced Optic to come to you. So, you know, going into that round number 3, it was interesting. It really was to sort of see if Optic were going to try and adapt, because that strategy you guys just used worked so well. Every time I saw you on Search and Destroy Recovery, you were trying to get that bomb down.
Yeah, so, you know, on offense, I knew they were going to keep playing slow. They're going to stick to their script. I start changing up my strategies here because I knew that they were doing slow pushes. So I would start stunning the A street at random times in the round just to stall and to just buy some time for my team. And we're just going to stick to the plan. It's either Aches and Apathy are going to flank or they're going to sit back. And we're going to get some eyes on the bomb. And in this situation, we didn't decide to flank. So I went middle map. Aches got the first blood on Nadeshot. And again, I don't understand why they waited so long to get the bomb down. But you know, we were able to get some nice trades. Aches was able to get the first blood, and after that, you just play off that one kill. You get that opening on the map, and there's always one spot where the other team can't watch, and we just took advantage of it in the situation to get the kills and the trades to win the round.
Now, when I play pubs, of course, it's the players who don't really care about the objective, always going to play for their best stats and search and destroy. But for the viewers who are watching and for the guys in the chat right now, what is the secret to success in a S&D game? Because it seemed every single time we watched you guys in Search and Destroy, you're always in a position to trade.
It's doing what's unexpected. It's doing what the other team doesn't either, 1, know how to counter, or 2, won't expect. So in our situation, my job is just to get either a kill or stay alive or get the bomb down. And getting the bomb down was the easiest thing to do against his team. And it looks like in this situation, Formal actually adapted extremely well. I didn't know about the spot he was in. Slasher got the first kill. I'm thinking this is a no-brainer, easy bomb plant 4v3, and then Formal ended up killing me, which was very surprising to me because I didn't know about that spot. But props to him for getting that kill. And then it was a 2-on-2. And Aches dies in the back by Scump, and then Apathy's right there to trade, you know, doing a really good job of baiting and switching, and then Krim, being the really great player he is in another position to trade. So it all goes down to just winning the one gunfight, the other one trades, the other one trades again, and then the final kill with Krim taking out Apathy made it all tied up again.
Back and forth, as it was all throughout the whole series, except for that one uplink in the first best of 5. This was a story in every Search and Destroy, though. You know, FaZe would win a round, Optic would win a round. FaZe would win a round, Optic would win a round. The thing that was different about this S&D, though, was there was actually a moment where you guys went up 4-2, I believe?
I think 4-3. I think they went up 3-2.
And then that's when you...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
but there was that one
is...
round where you guys managed to just clutch up.
Krim 6, by the way, at this point in the game, 5-2. Not making many mistakes, not afraid to challenge 2 players at once. I was very impressed with his play. On the other side, though, FaZe was just getting it done as a squad. Is there normally a lead slayer for you guys when you play S&D?
No, it's always varying. It's always changing. If anyone, I'd say Slasher maybe. He's usually the one that gets the first blood for us, but we all play off each other. We know what we all have to do, so it just depends on how the other team's going to set up, and in some situations, one of us could be in a good spot to get kills. In the other situation, it'll be Slasher just because he's the one who usually causes the first blood on the map.
Slasher 1 on 3. We knew this round was over as Optic was probably going to be able to take the lead. And it looked like the difference maker was Formal kind of connecting with an early nade. We saw Scump answering right back after that. And here in the booth, just watching Slasher, you had to have known that you must have just returned fire the following round.
Yeah, so Optic went up 3-2, and Aches actually, Aches actually, came to us and he said, all right, guys, now we got to win every single round from this point on. Optic's up 3-2, and we just knew that we couldn't give up another round. We couldn't let them get 3 rounds in a row. Just because it was going back and forth, we had to win the next round to tie it up.
Now, is there any communication ever about going anywhere else with the bomb or trying anything different, or is it one set strat that you're just going to execute 100% of the time on offense?
Well, at this point in the game, we just had one strat that we knew would work for us. So unless if I was to call, I want to go be with the bomb, we're going to keep on doing what we knew was going to work for us. So we just kept going A just because we knew how successful it was. And I think here I'm going to get the bomb down if they spectate. Aches watches the flank, and he's doing a good job of staying alive, hitting stuns. And Slasher is able to get the kill on him. And then Aches gets another easy kill on Nade doing a full flank. And then I think Aches actually got 2. Or Aches got 1, App got 1.
Yep.
So everyone on the team got 1 kill that round. And that was just a really good collaborative team effort, just to watch the flank, get the bomb down, and watch the bomb carrier, watch him plant it, and then being able to set up and hold and defend the bomb.
On recovery, do you always have to have someone watching your flank? Because we see sometimes Optic will send Crim 6 top middle and kind of leave that back tunnel open.
And they leave Scumpy sometimes right in the very back of their base. Like, very, very, very far back just to watch that flank.
It's all situational up to the player. Slasher would watch our flank most of the time, so if he feels he doesn't need to watch it, he will call out, hey guys, I'm not going to watch the flank, I'm going to do this instead. So it always comes down to the player and what they think is the best move in that point in time. So at this point in time, we tied it up 3-3, and we're on defense. And I don't know how my teammate was getting a lot of these nades off, but they're doing a really good job of keeping Crim pinned in the back middle of their base. And then Slasher, again, gets the first blood. He was just going big the entire map. And this was actually a round that bothered me because we had the first blood, and we're on defense, and then I think Apathy died, and then I traded the kill with him to make it a 3-on-2, and then nobody traded with me, so it was a 2-on-2, and so much time has went out in the round where anyone could have won it. Okay, no, we actually won this round. I think there was another round where we blew the first blood, but we ended up winning this, I believe. We're up 2-1, and Nadeshot was in a corner. We knew he was trapped over here, and the only play Nadeshot could have made was to go straight to A with the bomb and get that down, but I guess he felt since he was already in the back of our base, he could have flanked us and made some sort of a big play. But since our 2 teammates were set up together in the back of our base, just watching B and ready to push out A, Nadeshot couldn't expect Aches right away in the corner, and he took out the kill to make us go up 4-3 in the series.
Hiding in the dark, Aches takes out Nadeshot. Slasher just so focused, and you can see Aches there in the round-ending kill cam. Not going to miss a bullet once locked in. 8-4 is Slasher at this point in the game. 3-kill streak. And now you guys have taken all the momentum, 2 straight rounds against Optic Gaming. On defense here, you know what Optic's going to do. How do you set up to try and defend this?
Well, I knew that the 2 spots they were going to play is either all the way in the back of their base or have one guy go to the bomb and try to play me. So since I knew Formal's position at this point, I knew the only other counter they were going to do was to just go right under this little truck, I guess you could call it. And I just chuck a nade over there. I don't get any hit marker. I don't see him in the corner. So I assume that he's not going to push up, and I assume he's going to sit back. And again, Slasher with the first blood, I'm instantly going to go for the plant every single time just because we got the first blood. We have numbers. They put 2 guys in the back of the base this round. I didn't know that, but I'm just going to get my bomb down and go back to my corner and stay alive as long as possible as my teammates are positioned to get kills. And Slasher just likes to roam and make plays. And Scump gave away his position. He got a really big kill on Apathy. And then Aches just got a kill in the front on Nadeshot. So we decided to push it out since we heard Formal shooting as well. So we all just teamed up on Formal here since he was alone in the back of his base. And Scump was making big plays since he was the last one alive. He had a really good kill, I believe, on Aches right there to make it a 1v2. And then Slasher was just staying alive in a random corner. Gets picked by Scump, and there's 14 seconds left. I knew Scump's not going to go for the defuse right away, so I'm going to play my cards by sitting in the back of my base. And I hear him double jumping, so I was just going to sit in a corner and wait just for the time to run out so I could go to the bomb and check it. And fortunately for me, Scump wasn't on it, and we got the round win.
Yeah, you actually ended up dying there. Scump picked up all 4 kills. And the only thing that was really crucial about that was if it went, momentum-wise, Scump's just got himself a 4-piece, etc. But you played it well, as you said, Doug. You stayed at the back of your base. You were like, I'm just going to play the time. Check the bomb. He wasn't on it. And that was the first time in the round where you had a 2-round lead. And for me, that was crucial. That was like the swing of this game.
Yeah, Ben and I thought it was over right here, to be honest. We looked at each other like, there's no way Optic's getting this down. Your defense of the bomb just seemed to be so much better than theirs at this point in the game, but Scumpy was really the player to watch in these later moments. 9-6, coming off a 4-kill round. I was a bit surprised to see Nadeshot not be able to get the bomb down successfully and this defense push, but Optic still able to get the round.
Yeah, this was the round I was talking about where we had
blood round.
And I don't know who challenged him, but someone jumped up the challenge. I think it's Apathy.
Yep.
And then Krim was unexpectedly in the bottom of our base. I didn't even know he was there, and they had really good timing. I knew Optic liked to do a lot of middle and B pushes too for some random reason. I don't agree with it. I don't think it works, but they caught us off guard. They got that kill on Apathy to open up the map. And after that, they just had really good control in our middle and our B, and it worked for them. I don't agree with it, but they made it work. So I can't really say too much, you know?
They got it done.
If it works, it works. But then that set up this round, what ultimately turned out to be the final round in this Search and Destroy. And you're actually quite lucky from your perspective, you know, from montages or whatever, because we stayed on you for a while because I was really impressed with the way that you played it. So, like, knowing exactly what you did in the past couple of rounds, when you had that bomb and you pushed forward, obviously Formal was there. This time, the baiting and switching that you were trying to do was insane in my mind.
Yeah, so it's all about priority in Search and Destroy, and the priority for me, get to the bomb, stay alive, get the bomb plant down. Last round, I planted the bomb, they all sat back. I assumed this round they were going to push up, and little did I know one of them was on the bomb waiting for me, and I knew he wasn't going to rush me. And if he was, I'll just kind of peek in the corner a little bit just so that if he was going to rush me, I'd be able to get the kill. And I think Krim shot middle, so I instantly dashed, knowing the guy on the bomb wouldn't kill me. And I knew I made Krim weak, and he was going to challenge again since there was 2 guys in one spot. I knew Krim was going to peek back out, so I got an easy kill on him. And I thought Formal was actually to my left of the bomb here, and then I saw my teammate getting shot. I don't understand how Scump got away and I didn't see him, but I guess it was really good timing. And at this point, I was a little bit scared because Nadeshot got a kill on the flank, and all I'm thinking is just to help out Aches. And I don't know how I get the kill on Formal, but I got that. And then Aches is in a 1v1 where I got the kill on him. It was just very easy because Formal missed his shot, and then it set me up to get that easy kill on Scump. So I go instantly for the bomb plant. Nadeshot kills me, and then my teammates just get the trade, and we win the entire tournament.
It was just awesome.
The man hugs coming in here. So much love in that phase booth. Tommy comes breaking in. What did Tommy say to you guys?
It wasn't really what he said. It was how he acted. We all just were extremely happy. You know, let's go. Congratulations. I'm really proud of you guys. I'm so happy. I'm so excited. Just the fashion we wanted in. We're all just caught up in the moment. We're all super excited and happy. And it was kind of like a movie, to be honest with you. And then Optic comes in right behind us, and I felt bad because I was on so much adrenaline. And I had to ask who I killed in that round. And there you see Formal. He goes, "It was me." And he gives me that puppy dog look, and I was a little bit upset for a few seconds, and then I just went back to celebrating with the team after congratulating Optic on a good performance and putting up a hell of a finals and being a great team.
Well, Doug,
it was the best finals I've ever seen. It really was.
First title underneath the FaZe brand here at MLG, the first championship for Slasher, and the now 19th championship for Aches overall. How many do you have total? Is it 3 now?
I have. Well, if you want to count regionals, it's 4. A lot of people don't.
Yeah, no,
we count regionals.
That's a hell of a tournament.
Championship.
I would assume it is because it's a LAN tournament, and we won it. So I got 4 first-place finishes in my Call of Duty career.
In Apathy, this was
his
second MLG.
Yeah, second MLG and his first. He had a UMG 2 tournaments ago. So since playing with him last year, picking him up, we've had 3 tournaments, championships together.
I have a feeling there'll be many, many more for both of you guys.
Congratulations, Doug. I know you have all kinds of fan support after this event all over Twitter. Everyone was really proud of this FaZe group for taking down the heavy favorites, Optic Gaming. Any words for the fans before we let you go?
You know, for the fans that supported me since day one, I love you guys more than anyone in the world. For the fans that are new, welcome. I really appreciate all your support. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to the organization. It's more than just me personally. It's more about what we're doing with this entire space with Call of Duty eSports, with growing this into what it is now to what it used to be is just absolutely mind-blowing to me, and I'm super humbled and excited and proud to be a part of it and help it grow and prosper in the future.
All right, Doug, I know you've been on that YouTube grind. Where can we find your stuff?
Yeah, youtube.com/censor is the short link, but if you want to have my actual YouTube channel name, it's youtube.com/CENSAT1ON, Sensation.
Got it.
Wow, OG right there.
That's Doug Martin, guys. He is your Columbus Open Advanced Warfare champion. Make sure you go follow him on Twitter, as well as check out his YouTube channel. For the rest of the show, Ben and I are going to sit back and relax and watch the finals once again, this time We don't have to talk over it, but the matches are just as good, guys. When we return game number 1 from the incredible 2-match series, it'll be Hardpoint Solar.